man, I just wanted to talk to you about that. What the hell? Bro, you playing Battlefield? Really? Why playing Battlefield? Hey, bro, this is the best game on the market. What you mean? Okay, man, whatever. I can't believe you actually still play this game. Like, bro, instead of playing this, why don't you play something new? Something better? What do you mean, something new? This shit just came out. You know, I've been playing this game on the Play Store for a couple of days now, and it's pretty nice. I want you to try it. It's real fun, I can promise you that. What you mean? A game on the Play Store? Man, brother, that shit better not be no goddamn Brave Shadow Legends. We don't even do free sponsorships over here. And where you going for a whole 3 months? What are you doing? Anyway, what's the name? What's the name? Oh, the name? You sure you want to know? Yeah, it's a way better game than this. Yep, yes sir. And that game is called Deadpool. Deadpool? You talking about like Ryan Reynolds type Deadpool? You know what? We're going to take a look. Yeah. Come over here. Let me go ahead and show you real quick. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm finally back and I'm at the desk now, and I kind of just wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind lately, and it's been bothering me for a couple of months, but I finally decided to just go ahead and speak my mind about it, and it's gacha games. Gacha games are getting bigger and bigger, and more gacha games keeps getting announced and they keep getting released, and we as a people are blindly supporting this shady ass industry without really knowing or caring how they affect gamers or even casual players alike. But before we begin, let's get some background on what gacha games are and their history. It won't take too long, but let's go ahead and go. The word gacha comes from gachapon, which are these machines where you pay and you spend and you get randomized items such as plastic toys, collectibles, sometimes based off popular anime, games, or other things. And speaking of other things, I just saw a video of some guy. He was talking about racism in Japan, and he saw these little black babies and they were in these little gacha it's weird as but yeah, you can base gacha around anything really, even racism. And that's essentially what gacha games are when it's, you know, gacha games are based around like random. In the 2010s, where mobile gaming was on a rise, games like Angry Birds, Temple Run, Candy Crush, and that one game that I remember called fucking, what was it, Six Guns? I always hated that fucking game.
Do you know who you're messing with?
But games like that came out and it set the stage for mobile games during that era. During that time, a game named Dragon Collection came out, created by Konami, and it was released on a Japanese app called Gree. This game essentially set the basic groundworks for most gacha games nowadays. This game will give out card collection through randomized draws, which is the gacha itself. They set a stamina system which controlled how we spend time on the game itself, and they also introduced in-game events. It's weird that one mobile game set the standard for most current gacha games nowadays. This game must have done really well considering that Konami ended up shifting towards mobile games. Hell, their CEO at the time said, "Mobile is where the future of gaming lies." And because of this shift, Hideo Kojima was booted. Yeah, gacha gaming is what led to the creator of Metal Gear getting laid off. Hell, you can see people mad in the comment section of this Dragon Collector gameplay. Not gonna lie though, that CEO dude wasn't lying about mobile being the future of gaming. I mean, think about it. PUBG went mobile, COD went mobile, Fortnite went mobile. Like, all these big games went mobile because mobile is such a big market and it makes a lot of money. So he was on to something. He really was. Like, Alright, enough of that. Let's move on to the next big game in the industry. Fate Grand Order, or FGO. FGO was a gacha game made, or is a gacha game, that was made in Japan. This game is still popular to this very day, considering it only released it in June 25th in 2017 in the US. This game has captivated its fan base due to its long story, interesting characters, and cool events. But don't worry, the gacha, it was still there. But instead of unlocking multiple useless dragon cards, you unlock characters. Alright, I'm finna go ahead and explain FGO's gacha real quick, because I need you guys to understand like how gacha games actually work. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and explain it. It'll be quick, and I'll try my best to be as accurate as possible. So if you want one 5-star character, you will have a rare drop of 1% out of 100. And for a 5-star craft essence, which is essentially just bonuses for a character enhancing their abilities, there is a 4% chance, 3% chance for a 4-star character, 12% chance for a 4-star craft essence, lastly a 40% for both 3-star character and craft essence. This game gives out Saint Quartz, which is essentially like their currency, which is used for these drops. You can earn these by playing the story, logging in daily, doing events, or exchanging Saint Quartz fragments for Saint Quartz. And if you don't want to do all that, which most players don't want to do for the slim chance of getting a 5-star character, you'll need to pull out the wallet then. Fate offers up to 86 quartz for $80. Keep in mind, one roll is 3 quartz and 10 rolls is 30 quartz. So you'll be spending $80 for 28 rolls with 2 quartz left over. All that for the 1% chance of getting a 5-star character. This means of gameplay has worked over the years. Many players have spent so much on FGO that FGO has reached over $7 billion in revenue in 2023. I know a billion doesn't sound that much. A billion to some people be like, oh, it's just a billion. But $7 billion, dude. 7 billion. Now that I explained their background and their gacha, let's move on to something else. So MiHoYo, or Hoyoverse, another company located in China, they had some experience in the gacha scene around 2014. However, in 2016, they released a certain game called Honkai Impact 3rd. You know, it's getting chilly in here. It's getting a little cold in here, you know. Let me go ahead and let me just go ahead and, yeah, there we go. This is a game that I was personally invested in around 2020. Then I dropped it and picked it back up during 2023. Then I dropped it permanently last year around October. I'll explain why near the end of the video, because I go off on a tangent when I explain my reason. However, Honkai Impact 3rd, or HI3, was another hit because it introduced a few new things. They introduced a battle system similar to Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, making gameplay feel fast-paced, and at the time, those 3D graphics looked amazing. They were way more lenient when pulling gacha, giving players a pity system, letting them receive a 5-star character after 100 to 80 pulls. I know FGO has one now, but it took them till 2022 for that. And also, HI3 had a new take on the visual novel style. I know that the game using a 3D visual novel style doesn't sound like a big thing, but it was. Hell, it even had an open world, which now, let's be real here, it looks like. But back then, people loved it. But that open world concept stuck with MiHoYo. And when Breath of the Wild came out in 2017 on the Wii U, they had that evil Grinch smile on their face and decided to make a new gacha game. Something that the gacha world hasn't ever seen before. A gacha game with stunning graphics, a real open world, and a decent-ish story. Development started that exact year, and Genshin Impact was released on September 28, 2020. This game has basically broke boundaries and changed the whole aspect of gacha gaming. This game had full voice acting, a massive open world, and a free console-like experience, not for one but for all of them platforms. They introduced a 50-50 gacha system. Basically, after spending the required primo gems, which is their currency, depending on the banner you are on, you may or may not receive that specific character on that banner. You'll probably get the 5-star on a standard bitch banner or the limited time banner, which is the one that you'll usually want. To reach that 50-50 pity I spoke about, you'll need to roll at least 90 times, which is 14,400 primo gems or $178.20. So this means if you lose that 50-50 and have to roll 90 more wishes again, you'll be spending $356.40 for one character. The fact that that's even a possibility is just fucking stupid, but that's a lot. And I know most people will say, well, that's the worst case scenario. It doesn't even happen often. It's just the fact that it can happen that makes it fucked up. Speaking of fucked up, let's talk about the rates. Here's the rate for a 5-star character. It is a 0.6% chance. I didn't make that up. 0.6% chance out of 100%. Like, if I go to a hospital and I need a heart transplant and those guys tell me that there's a 0.6% chance that I can get that heart transplant, I'd be fucking dead. Straight up. Alright, let's keep it moving. For a 4-star character, you will have a 5.1% chance on getting them, unless you pull 10 and get a guaranteed 4-star. Lastly, 3-star, yeah, there's a 3-star items, not characters, items. You will have a 94.3% rate on getting those. So where am I going with this? What the fuck am I even talking about? Well, that particular system has made its way to all these other gacha games. Tower of Fantasy, Wu-Tang Waves, plenty of them. It's gotten to the point where like most of these gacha games have just straight up copied the look and layout of Genshin. It's almost like how Mr. Beast or JCS had so many people copy their style. Alright, yeah, so here we are, bruh. Hey, check this out. Brother, what the hell is going on here? Like, are we in an attic? Like, what is this game? See, fool, I've been playing this junk for months. See, look, I'm a level 21. Hey, is this your character? Let me touch your face real quick. What you get a mirror for? Damn. Yeah. Forget all that. Let me go ahead and show you the pools real quick. Like, that's the best part of the game. Whoops. Hey, brother, was that a 0.5 for a 5-star? 0.5% for a 5-star character. Ignore that. It's nothing personal. I mean, these are the best rates you can get on the market. Actually, like, think about it. Like, what other game has this type of rates? Like, nobody. No, that's why this game is way better than Battlefield. Like, you can't get good rates in Battlefield. We don't have rates in Battlefield. We don't need no goddamn rates, man. What is wrong with you, brother? What do you mean you don't need rates? It's fucking stupid.
Thanks for the money. I might use it for a new suit.
Tissue? Why the f you need tissue? I ran out of ducats. Hey, look, they got a sale going on. $79.99 for 10 Oh wait, no, not $79.99. Actually, $50 for 10 ducats. That's a good deal. $50? God damn, man! In fact, let me go ahead and pull out the wallet real quick. Yes, sir. See, I got it like that. Yo, broke ass ain't got shit. That's why you still playing Battlefield. Okay, so over the past few, when was my last video again? I don't know, months. I've been playing gacha games, and lately to the point where I noticed like what most of them use to trick the player into spending money. And I've been hooked on gacha games before. I'm no stranger. I notably played Honkai Impact 3rd, and I even played Genshin Impact for a bit. Let's start from the beginning. Most of these games are free to play, and of course, who would want to play a free game, especially one that looks like it'll be updated for years to come. These games are free so they can attract a larger player base. Once you download the game, they'll try to hook you in with an interesting plot or gameplay and characters. For instance, Epic 7 really had an interesting plot. I could care less about the gameplay, however, the dialogue and the characters themselves were pretty good. until they killed them off and then reset the world, and then on top of that they limited voice acting, and I was like, you know what, no. Let's move on to the next phase damn near every gacha game does. They give you free rolls and materials. They do this to keep new players hooked on the game with welcome bonuses and tutorial rewards. This slight taste of success actually works. Many new players will walk on in and just say, huh, this is easy. But then later they'll hit a brick wall and then find out the way that they got the stuff they initially got for free is to pay up. So there's a game that literally did exactly that, and that's Goddess of Victory Nikki. Nikki is such a great example for this next step. I'm sure the main reason I got so much out of that game as a newbie is because of their anniversary, but even still, this applies to all of them. With Nikki, they have these red dots around text, incentivizing players to click them and collect rewards. And that's exactly what I did. I went around collecting this shit. It was a paycheck. Like, I grabbed so many 5 stars and did so many pulls. I collected 4 5 stars in a matter of a week. And honestly, I could have got more. But I stopped playing because I wanted to move on to the next game. And after you get so much stuff for free, like I said before, you'll hit a wall. And you'll be like, dang, bruh, to get those rolls that I had before, I have to grind my ass off or break out the wallet. It's like turning a faucet on full blast and it'll give you lots of shit, but then quickly being like turned off, and then you'll get like what, droplets of a reward, and those droplets being daily logins and weekly rewards. Once the well is all dried up and you've caught up with the story and events, gacha games are still finding ways to keep players coming back for more, with daily logins and weekly rewards. These rewards are usually given to players, giving them in-game materials or currency for gacha rolls. This creates a habit loop that boosts engagement and retention. So why does this matter? It's probably not such a big deal. Most people think the game is just being generous. Well, they're not. These rewards are like free plays that casinos give out occasionally to newer gamblers or existing gamblers to encourage them to spend more money. Alright, let's move on to the next trick that they use. This time I'm gonna try to tackle 2 of them at the same time. So let's talk about it. Gooners and wells. So let's start off with wells. So most of you guys heard of this term, especially around the gacha community. Hell, even gacha games like Persona Phantom X started the game showcasing a whale as a subtle nod towards it. Whales are people who spend thousands of dollars on just one character. I mean, that alone makes sense. On like when you unlock a 5-star character, you don't really get the 5-star character, or because you will need to keep unlocking them to get their like full potential, meaning you will need to spend more to and grind more to unlock that 5 stars full potential. Whales don't give a shit because they got the money and credit card debt, and they also have time to spend on these games. They want to be powerful in these games. They want the status of being the best, but a little bit more about that in the future. However, let's move on to the gooners. So what is a gooner? A gooner is, man, it's crazy that I have to explain this, but
some of y'all bother me so bad I feel the need to make a video on it. Like, a lot of y'all don't even know what gooning is. You think it's just tickling your tank to blow off steam after every argument you have with your parents. You think it's just beating your meat every day you get home from school or work. No. See, because gooning is deeper than that. Gooning is every day, multiple times a day, for months on end. Constantly touching yourself, scraping, scouring the internet for new material to goon to. And it never ends well because eventually you run out of ethical goons. And if you aren't putting that much effort into your gooch massages, good news, you're not a gooner, so stop claiming to be.
So why does this definition matters? Well, it does because most, damn near all of these gacha games use sex appeal to attract new players. And I mean, all of them. The worst offender on the Play Store by far is Brown Dust 2.
Hi!
See? You see? Oh, you don't see it? He moves! Right there! Wait! Right there! Right as I'm sitting down!
When I downloaded this game, I swear to God, I was like, it doesn't look too bad. But as soon as I got like not even far in the game, I just got like a tiny bit in, I saw what it was. I saw that game for what it was, and it is the most horniest game I've ever seen. And like, no wonder, like, just no wonder people downloaded that. I swear, this game is just fighting tooth and nail for that little teen rating, huh? These gacha games hide their predatory actions by cute and waifu and sexy thick ass characters, but nobody really noticed anything, and honestly, it works. While I'm on the subject, I really want to talk about another game that just got announced like a few months back, and they just released a trailer. I'm going to talk about them a little bit more later when I talk about innovation, but it's a game called Anatana. It was announced months ago, like I mentioned earlier, and they had this cool trailer and everything, but they did something I found downright sad. If you go to their main site, they have characters on there, and you can download their models, like all the girl models, you can download them. And except for the little one male guy, there's one male in there, and you cannot download his model. You know what they're doing, right? We know what they're doing. It's obvious, right? While I'm on the subject of goonery, I was on YouTube, right? And I stumbled upon this ad. And yes, this is an ad. And yeah, it was from a gacha game. So I did a double take. I'm like, ain't no way this is loud, right? So I picked up and I played the game, and when you know it's another chibi freaky ass game, like there was one of the characters who was a ultra rare character, and she had literal chains on her nipples. I can't even show it, but it just goes to show like these games are just horny. They're horny, and they like trying to bait you in, because you're probably horny too. But yeah, these gacha games are mostly catered towards, well, men, and I can't really blame them. With the success of sites like OnlyFans, Twitch, it makes sense on why they push so aggressively with overly sexualized characters. I mean, horniness sells. Not enough people really talk about this part, but I notice how gacha games often add mechanics to create a parasocial relationship between the player and the character. You know how you can add them to your home screen every time you log in, or you can gift them items to boost the relationship. It feels weird when you point it out and look at it, but there was also a game I just saw, and they did something even worse. Okay, so you know that game that I just mentioned earlier with the girl with the chain on her nipples? Yeah, that same game made it possible for you to create these marriage certificates, or oaths, with these childlike characters and any character on their roster. It's so fucked up. And I'm not kidding. Yeah, for the low price of $21, you can essentially create this fake marriage certificate to show off to who in the fuck ever. Like, I genuinely want to meet the people who spent their money on this. Like, what the fuck, man? It's like, just what the fuck? I got nothing more to say other than that. Like, no. Hey, Editing Mario here. On that note of parasocial relationships, this game right here, Starseed, created a whole fake, entirely fake Instagram, and it is so sad. They are creating a facade for these parasocial relationships. This is not real. They are really trying their best to make people feel like they should be isolated on this game. Like, oh my god, bro. I'm waking up. I'm woke. I see this now. FOMO is the bread and butter of gacha gaming. FOMO, or fear of missing out, this is what drives people to spend. The gacha industry loves this. They don't want to lose out on an event or banner. What if it's the last time they ever get the character, item, or outfit? They don't want to miss out on a banner. What if it's the last time they'll ever get released? I don't want to wait months or possibly years. Wait, see, look what they're trying to get me to do. In all seriousness, this is what drives people to spend money in the game. I realized when I was editing this, I didn't explain this far enough. I just quickly glossed over FOMO, but FOMO plays a big part in gacha gaming because most people don't want to miss out on things. When they see their friends have something, they don't want to miss out on it. Like if you see people going to get ice cream, you want to go get ice cream too because you don't want to miss out on it. FOMO just really plays a big part in all of this. it really is like something that is mental. It's in the head. Like it really just plays off of our fear of missing out on something that we deem to be so important, but in reality it's not. But keep in mind, this isn't a strategy that just gacha games use. Everybody use them. I mean, hell, even YouTubers use them when they be like, here, hurry up and get my merch. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, so buy now. I mean, Fortnite does it as well because their item shop refreshes every single day. It's because of FOMO. So a lot of people just buy it. Some people will usually understand that the banner will come back. They'll get that. However, that's where the community comes in and help change their mind a little bit and encourage them to actually spend money. Have you ever wondered why gacha games have leaderboards or why they allow players to showcase their builds on their profiles? Well, it's because they want them to show off their success to other players, making them feel some type of way in order to get them to spend. Okay, so the whole thing works like this. So you have these players who are OP as hell, right? And they want to keep that status of being OP. They want to be on the top. But in order to stay on the top, they have to grind and spend money on the game. And the people on the bottom want to catch up to the people at the top as quickly as possible, right? So they'll end up spending money and then grind alongside them, creating this whole cycle. And not only that, YouTubers play a big part in this with their tier list, character reviews, because these guys have all the characters. They're already maxed out to the brim. And then they tell their viewers what is a good matchup for whichever character they get, encouraging their viewers to spend more money to grab more characters. So you'll walk in this one YouTube video of these like character rankings, right? You spend hours grinding for this one character just for some random online to tell you, hey buddy, old pal, that character needs this character to be good. And you don't feel like grinding anymore. So you just pull out the wallet, not wanting to spend even more time playing the game. Not gonna lie, it feels like some insider going on in here. And you will say, it's me we talking about right now. Big money, big ego, that's me. See, I got it like that when I get broke up.
This took you over 200 pulls. You lost your 30-70. Congrats, you broke bitch.
Ooh, look like, bruh. I fucking got him. Yes, I fucking got the Baron, bro. I seen that man in like 2 videos. He sure can get around. Good job, I guess. This dude is so OP. I saw all of the YouTube videos about him. He is so strong, according to them. But this dude's strong as hell, and it didn't even take that many rolls. It just took a bit of some overdraft. But that's not the case right now. We don't have to worry about that. The fact is that I've got him, and I'm gonna go ahead and try. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the abyss and see how strong he really is. Hey, look, they give me Kingo too, and more tissue. Like the. You're not gonna try your luck on a weapon? Nah, that weapon costs. Nah, they can have that. Oh, so you just a pussy, huh? Let me be a pussy. I'm finna go ahead and play the abyss right now. Yeah, I feel like we've been stalling, talking to ourselves. Regarding innovation, these games aren't innovative. When it comes to gameplay, and what I mean by innovative, they haven't added much towards anything new or redefined it in such a way to claim it to be their own for other people to take inspiration from. It's more so that they took things from other games and other genres, like they took turn-based, right, and they just slapped sexy waifu characters on there and sprinkled a bit of gacha on there, and boom, you call it a game. Hey y'all, what's up? It's been a little minute. Right now I don't really have a script. I just want to go ahead and get this off my mind before I forget, and let me just go ahead and say what I need to say, because it's been bothering me while I was editing this. I basically said right here that Genshin Impact is not innovative, and I'm gonna retract that right now. Let me go ahead and Genshin Impact is innovative. Because think about it like this. We got games like Stardew Valley, which took inspiration from Harvest Moon, Rune Factory, and put it in their game. And then you got newer farming games coming out of nowhere saying, yeah, we took inspiration from Stardew Valley. And I think the same way of like that game Stardew Valley, the same way I think of Genshin Impact. Like everybody takes inspiration from Genshin Impact. Even though Genshin Impact took most of their inspiration from Breath of the Wild, but when you play Genshin Impact, you don't really feel like you're playing Breath of the Wild. You feel like you're playing what? Genshin Impact. You know, like that's how I feel about that whole thing. And I will say right now, I do believe that Genshin Impact is innovative. Also, on that note, I forgot to speak about Anatona when I talked about innovation. And let me go ahead and say this right now. I believe wholeheartedly that regarding the game's originality and how the game plays and all of that stuff, I think it's lazy. I will stand on that now. I think the game is lazy because they couldn't make up their own little things, something to make the game unique. They just kind of took other stuff from other games without changing it one bit. And you know, I just said that Genshin Impact did the same thing with Breath of the Wild, but they did not take what they did there. They did not take animations one from one. They didn't do that. I don't remember them doing that. These guys took mission segments, whole mission segments. I don't know how to feel about that one. They took mission segments and whole animations and put it in their game without changing anything. Like, I don't... That's just lazy, right? We can all agree it's lazy, but we can also agree that it looks fun as shit. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'll play the shit when it come out. I know damn well I'll be playing it, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that it does not look lazy. Because it kind of is. And I know most people will be like, well, it's not a gacha game, but it was gonna be a gacha game until they realized that gachas is getting unpopular by the day. But honestly speaking, it's still gonna have a gacha element in there. It's gonna be just like Blue Protocol, where there's a gacha for the clothes, or you have to pay money only for clothes, which is kind of scummy, but you know, hey, better than character gacha, so hey, I'm all for it. Look, I want to touch on my personal experience with Honkai Impact 3rd before I reach my final point. Like I mentioned before, I play Honkai Impact 3rd since 2022. I dropped the game because I was bored. Later, I picked it back up near the end of 2023. I was originally invested in the story until they released it part 2, and that's when I noticed the pattern with the game. Each time they released a new character, there's always going to be someone stronger. They kept releasing these back-to-back S tiers month after month after month, and my dumbass kept rolling and spinning for them. I even got their sticks and the weapons. So I remember checking online, and there was a new character that came out. I think her name was Sparkle, and I seen a lot of people showcasing off their character, you know, her, and they have like all of her stuff. And I remember I didn't even want the character, nor I was having fun with the game, and something in the back of my head said, just don't do it, it's not worth it anymore. And that's when I kind of decided to stop. And seeing other people's success on getting that character and spending all that money isn't going to affect me. What's going to affect me is going into the negatives for something that really, at the end of the day, isn't even worth it. And I want to end on that point. If you're spending money on a gacha game, it's not inherently a bad thing. Hell, if it makes you happy, do it. Just don't spend knowing it's going to screw you in the long run, and if you're not having fun. And if you're trying to quit a gacha game, the best advice I have is to leave the community and uninstall the game and wait at least a month. While waiting, find new hobbies, play less predatory games, then come back and see has anything changed, because I promise you, for the most part, nothing usually changes but the banner and event. Maybe a story chapter gets added on there, but that's it. Then you'll see how much of an impact that game has had on you, and from there, just choose if you want to continue or not. But that's my advice. I'm sure there's better ones out there. Man, gacha and gambling are so intertwined. Hell, the lines between the two are so thin. But let me know what you think in the comments. This video took a lot of time, but if you made it this far, please feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all whenever I wake up.
Say hello to my little friends. Ow, Randy, it hurts. What should I do? He's only a 3-star. Eat on this, my ultimate attack. Ugh. Yeah, you guys had enough yet? Don't worry, Randy, I'll save you. Oh, shit. I just fucked him up. You see that, Randy? I'm gonna put you guys down. Owie, Randy. Yeah, how's that? Take another. Shit, weakling. Yo, why do I hear boss music? Oh no. Hey, buddy. We can all be friends here. Your pals before, they just not on the same. Randy, no. Hey, you killed my best friend. Please spare me. What are you doing? No! No!
Hey, so what you think? Man, that shit was ass. The only thing good about that was the berry. And you was so lucky you got his ass. I can't deal with this shit. I'm out of here. You don't even deserve this shit. Come on, man. Where are you going? You know what? I don't need yous. I don't need any of yous. I got me, my overdraft wallet. I don't need you. Hey, yo! Yo, it's me,
Shoko Hoko.
and I'm back. I'm ready to tell y'all something. We got some new events coming out for y'all. First event, we took our regular characters, right? And we chibied them down. You hear me? Chibied them down. And we put some blatant ass, stolen ass concept in the new event. But don't worry, we added more. We added new characters. Actually, one new More character. characters? Because Another-
This character is stronger than the new character, the Baron. For those who got him to C9 already, you're gonna feel a little bit upset.
But that's okay. That's okay. This new character, he's better than a Baron at C1 now. And you're gonna have to get used to it, because that's what we do here, baby. And don't worry, we got new outfits coming out. You wanna know the price? It's cheaper than before. $49.99. Boom. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Can you beat that? Can they beat that? No, nobody can beat that. Only we can beat that. Yeah. So, on top of that, we finally added in a story. Don't worry, they're gonna be speaking only in the prologue though. After the prologue, your ass gonna have to read it. Unless you want them to talk in animalese. But if you want that, that's $30. You ain't getting reheard. So, on top of that, y'all, I hope y'all enjoy our new game because we're gonna do this shit month after month after month after month after month after month
after month, after month, after month, after month, after month, after month,
after month after month after month until the day you die. After month after
Diggity dog.
month, after 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 month.
Employee 72665, you're fired. Remember, no phones allowed.
Bye.